Some time ago, I made a video about what I felt was one of the biggest mistakes Wizards of the Coast had made in regards to Magic the Gathering, getting rid of Friday Night Magic promos and replacing them with foil tokens. Well, as I said on Twitter, admitting you were wrong and making an effort to change is actually a very hard thing to do, and so here's true kudos to you, Wizards of the Coast, for, in this case, being able to admit and acknowledge your mistakes and act quickly to make them right. Friday Night Magic promos are coming back! Yes! This is fantastic, simply fantastic, and hopefully they're going to not only come back, but be better than ever. But what made Wizards of the Coast change their minds, and what can they do to ensure that F&M promos aren't just the same old sheet of unwanted cardboard? Let's start with the first part. This change did not last long, did it? It took effect October 6th of 2017, and on February 6th of 2018, it was announced that things were changing back. 4 months of offering tokens instead of foil promo Magic cards, and for whatever reason, it was time to let everyone know that we are going back how it was. You know, considering the upcoming return of core sets, the return of event decks, abandoning that 2-set block structure, reverting to the old standard rotation, the return of the modern Pro Tour, and now this, Wizards has really been doing a lot of this about-face lately. But why? Compare and contrast the announcements about the removal of Friday Night Magic promos to the announcement about their return. The original announcement was a fairly detailed piece explaining the reasoning behind replacing promos with tokens, tying these changes into what was described as an evolution of in-store play, the end of game day, another decision hopefully they'll go back on, and the introduction of the store championship, the standard showdown, and Magic Open House, all detailed in 716 words, which let players know and understand what was happening and why. And because players cared passionately about Friday Night Magic and the reward promos, within 24 hours, a second article was published within the Daily MTG, offering even more details, description, and argument in favor of the change. This one, not counting the parts of the update that were about other topics, was even longer than the original announcement at 875 words, meaning that a total of 1,591 words were typed up within a 48-hour period to argue for and explain the reasoning behind replacing F&M promos with foil tokens. So now let's compare that to Monday's announcement about the return of F&M promos, which was, in contrast, 89 words. While I do offer my truest and most genuine praise of Wizards of the Coast for being able to admit their mistake on this issue, I'm worried that this backtrack may be happening in poor spirit. I sincerely hope they have learned from this and are not just reluctantly or even petulantly conceding. Please, Wizards, be as enthusiastic and passionate and confident about the return of Friday Night Magic and promos as you were about doing away with them. And I hope very much that those at Wizards of the Coast responsible for this particular part of the game are not wandering the halls in extreme irritation, muttering about whiny players and haters, and feeling in their core that this choice to move to tokens instead of card promos was actually right and that we just don't know what's good for us, because this is an opportunity to not only bring back the Friday Night Magic promos, but to make them better, to do them better, and in so doing, make Friday Night Magic the highly engaged and highly attended Magic experience it once was. Hearthstone might beat us in digital views, but we mop the floor with them when it comes to in-store gaming events. They can't touch our Friday Night Magic numbers, losers. But given the brevity of the announcement, who knows what brought about this change? Was it just community response from players? Reddit threads and bulletin board posts and numerous emails, maybe a few videos by whiny YouTubers? Did F&M attendance drop even further, though, with lack of player rewards cited overwhelmingly as the reason? Something caused this backtrack, and those 89 words don't even attempt to let us know what happened. But whatever happened, Wizards, it was obviously significant enough to warrant fast reversal, which I hope means that those who run this particular silo at the company are saying to themselves, time to not only bring back F&M promos, but embrace them. They are a path of engagement to your customer base. They get players playing your game at their local game stores. They represent a positive player experience, enjoyment, a way to connect and solidify the player base, grow local game stores, which are the lifeblood of your game, and help create lifelong customers who cherish these promos as representative of the memories and joy that this game and its experience means to them. Promos good, very good, huh? But they could have been better. And now that they are coming out again, here's some thoughts on how to improve. You should want to improve, Wizards, to be better and to do more. That's why the tokens didn't work. You were going in the wrong direction, giving us less. Less isn't more. More is more. No one would have complained about adding foil tokens, adding as prizes at F&M. But let's talk about making these promos an excellent experience for players as well as a great asset for the company. First, don't just go back to the old way of picking promos. I'm already uneasy about the fact that of those 89 words, 11 of them, a high percentage, were Friday Night Magic promos being non-token cards from standard legal sets. Before promos went away, it was true that WotC needed to learn how to pick better promos. Ask yourself the question, is this card being played in constructed decks? If not, if it's not being played anywhere except in draft, then chances are people are unlikely to get excited for it as a promo because where are they going to play it? See, this is the result of most of R&D not playing or enjoying standard themselves. All they can think of, all they love to do is draft, and then they can't figure out why choosing some of these promos doesn't get anyone excited. Oh, that was really great in draft. Yeah, we need the ones that are great in standard. And so you have to look at what's being played. If you insist on restricting F&M promos to standard uncommons, then look towards played cards such as Unclaimed Territory, Field of Ruin, Gifted Aetherborn, Ravenous Chupacabra, Abrade, Blossoming Defense, Merfolk Branchwalker, and Mistbinder, Censor, and Cast Out. Is restricting yourself to uncommons really necessary? Do they all have to be uncommons? How about just the idea that F&M promos are usually uncommons, but if the right card presents itself for an upcoming F&M promo, hop on it. Common or, even rare. Example, right now, given the sudden interest thanks to competitive play, an F&M promo of Hollow One can be said to make a lot of sense. Now, I don't think Hollow One is necessarily getting people to buy and crack boosters or sign up for draft in the hopes of getting one, but having that chance at a special promo one at F&M absolutely encourages many Magic the Gathering players to get up, get out, and go down to F&M, where they buy packs, where they sign up for draft as well as standard. You see, it's an ecosystem, Wizards. And in that same sense, Wizards of the Coast, don't just limit yourself to standard. Yes, I get it. We all get it. You want standard to be the premier format, but insisting that all F&M promos are standard legal cards doesn't do that. A quality standard environment is what does that. Try and create the sort of standard environment that'll get someone like Mark Rosewater as excited about playing standard as he is about drafting, and that'll be what gets people playing standard, but that's another video. Meanwhile, every now and then, consider an F&M promo from Modern or Commander or, God forbid, Pauper. Did you see that Modern Pro Tour last weekend? Because if you didn't, then you might have been the only one. The ratings set new records, and this return of the Modern Pro Tour was quite possibly one of the most watched competitive Magic events in recent history, because it was, quite frankly, one of the most exciting, well-played, and all-around fantastic competitions, and the format was modern. Modern, yes. Sorry, Wizards, you wanted it to go away, and you tried to shape the way your customers played your game, but I think now it's time to say, okay, they want modern, let's give it to them. Modern doesn't sell packs? Well, how about this? A modern promo at F&M, where F&M is draft and standard, does. Again, not always, but sometimes, twice, or even just once a year, finding that perfect modern reprint, like what happened when you did Serum Visions or Path to Exile. This gets butts in the seats. Modern Masters, by the way, does sell packs, so maybe the month that Modern Masters is released, the promo for that month is a Modern Chase Uncommon that wasn't in the set. Oh, wait. It was recently announced that Master sets will no longer be oriented around the modern format, but will focus on themes like iconic creatures. Okay, Commander. Commander is, as far as I can tell, a real moneymaker for Wizards and a format they've fully embraced. Let's work with that. When those yearly Commander precons come out, what if during that month, just that one month, the promo was of a Commander? No, it doesn't have to be Edgar Markov or whatever from the precons, but there's so many fan-favorite commanders, ones that aren't even that expensive right now, but which, if made into an alternate art foil F&M promo, could excite and tantalize commander players enough to maybe, just maybe, come into the store and play. Maybe you can make that a big deal, where that 1 month where the Commander precons come out, there's not one, but 2 or even 3 or 4 different Friday Night Magic promos to go and collect over the course of that month. And they're each of a legendary creature that isn't one from the precons, that maybe isn't that $30 one, but is still one that people are going to want to collect and have and maybe trade with one another. It's getting people down into the store. It's using and tapping into that commander population that loves bling so much and creating a bridge between them and Standard and Limited, because they'll want to be playing Standard and Limited for a chance at their promo, or even if not to get the promo, they'll come into the store to trade with someone for it, and while they're in the store, they will buy some packs of cards, they will get some casual Commander games, join the league, get a bag of chips. The game store is a healthy, populated environment this way. Friday Night Magic can do wonderful things. And hey, imagine if one time, just once, the promo was gush. Now that's a common. Bringing back Friday Night Magic promos isn't about giving in to community pressure or giving in to the haters. It's about embracing what makes Magic better than any other game, better than Hearthstone. Hearthstone can't have Friday Night Magic. We win there, and it's brilliant. Promos are a part of that experience, and I hope very much that Wizards of the Coast now sees that goal isn't to discourage competitive play and deconstruct the institution that is F&M, but rather that goal is to embrace what you do best and make sure Friday Night Magic is and always will be a fantastic night of Magic. Oh, and speaking of fantastic, Tolarian Community College is just 1K away from reaching 300K, 1,000 that is, 300,000 subscribers. Time for an epic question and answer video. So make a post below asking me your questions about anything, and I'll do my best to answer them in a celebration video next week. I hope very much this video, as all of my videos, any of my videos, just one of my videos, has been of some help to you, because you've all been of more help to me than you can imagine. Thank you for the greatest job, the greatest life, the greatest community of people I could ever dream of. 300,000, and together, we are just getting started. And this video is brought to you by my and many other people's local game store, Card Kingdom, a brick-and-mortar pillar of this community, as well as the Patreon support of viewers such as you. These are the people that keep Tolarian Community College going and growing strong. So thank you.